All, all right, people. Good evening and welcome to our guest here tonight. My name is Bobby Smith. I'm the field president of Powur, the fastest growing solar company in the world. I'm honored to speak to you tonight from out in the country in Maryland. 7 years ago, somebody hit me up on Facebook about a solar company, a public benefit corporation that was started with an idea in the rainforest that wanted to change the world. Somebody sent me some information that I really didn't dig, quite frankly. I got on the phone with the CEO and flew out to Southern California, and there were a handful of employees in a broken down office on top of a clothing store on the beach. Today, that same company was just ranked in Inc. magazine as the fastest growing solar company in the United States, the 61st fastest growing company out of 32 million companies in the United States. We were ranked 61. So the whole purpose here tonight, the sole purpose here tonight, is to give our guests tonight enough information to take 5 minutes and enroll in our company when we're done. Our company, that same company of a handful of people on the beach in Southern California, again, this year, $300 million in revenue. We believe that we're postured for $1 billion IPO. Our clients and our partners are the biggest companies in the world. We have broken 2 world records raising money privately. Our board has raised billions in venture capital. We are now attracting executives from the biggest solar companies in the world. And there's really 3 audiences here tonight. If you're a solar pro, and you'll hear from one of the best ones in the world tonight, it doesn't make any sense to work for a solar company when you can earn 3 times as much money doing the same thing here. The solar industry has been built upon a deceptive and broken red line model. They've been selling solar for 20 years. Elon Musk dumped $6 billion in it. They've been selling it in Home Depot and Best Buy and Costco for 20 years, 10,000 companies, 100,000 sales reps. And you know who's got their product? No one. 4% of America has solar. So I'm a data guy. The existing model for solar is broken, and that's why we took it to the cloud. If you're a salesperson and you can sell, this is a laydown because solar is an IQ test. It's no debate about whether someone should have solar. If they own a home and they have a roof, they should have solar. It's pure economics. Raise the value of the home, save money on their electric bill, and Lord only knows what's going to happen to electric prices. Look at the gasoline pump if you want to get an indication of where your electric costs are going to go. And then so again, the solar pro, the sales pro, and then anybody who's calling on the homeowner, whether you're an insurance agent or selling home security or HVAC or whatever it may be. You know, there's an old conversation about when the average person does something new, they call it moonlighting. When Mark Cuban goes on Shark Tank, they call it diversifying his portfolio. Cuban doesn't need the money. He understands what diversifying your portfolio means. And he invests in companies that do good. And that's what we do. Again, we're a public benefit corporation. If it's not good for our children or our grandchildren, we simply won't do it. So as you look at our company, there's a couple of things I want to point out before I turn it over to our hosts. There's just 2 simple realities that you need to marry in your head here tonight, connect. One is that renewable energy is the fastest growing segment of our economy. The transition to renewable energy has to happen. It's never happened before, and it will never happen again. It's a one-time thing. Without dating myself, I made a lot of money many years ago because I got involved in cell phones when people told me no one is ever going to use a cell phone. Well, ha, ha, ha. And then I got involved in this industry, a startup called the internet. And people laughed at me. They said, no one's ever going to use the internet. That's no big deal. So as you look at renewable energy, this is the mother lode. You know, when we started this company 7 years ago, you couldn't talk about climate change. And the only people involved in our company were about climate change because we weren't paying enough money to get anybody interested. Here we sit 7 years later, and humanity is under a red alert by the entire scientific community. California's on fire. Houston's having ice storms. You can't eat the fish out of Florida in the red tides. If we don't do something, and we don't do it now, we have irreversible change. Our grandchildren will not be living the same lives that we are today. So we must do something. And what we did was we shifted solar to the cloud. Again, solar's broken, right? And the reason is it's an old school old boy network, if you will. And I always tell people to just draw a circle around their life, nothing fancy. Communication went to the cloud. They laughed at Facebook. They laughed at LinkedIn. They laughed at Instagram. They laughed at Twitter. They laughed at Bernasso's MySpace. And look at it now. And if you look at travel, Airbnb, EXP, now the third largest real estate company in the United States. Finances and banking shifted to crypto. Look what Peloton did. The entire retail community shifted to Amazon. So if you draw a circle around your life, and transportation and retail and finance and travel and real estate all shifted to an online platform, the only logical conclusion is that the future of renewable energy is in the cloud. It's in a cloud-based, platform-based model. And if you connect those two dots, that renewable energy is the greatest shift of wealth in the history of man and womankind, and that the future of everything is on a platform, and Powur is the fastest growing solar company in the world, representing the new platform economy for solar, this should be a very simple and logical decision. And solar is just the beginning. Folks, we're a platform. We're not a solar company. The next big thing is the batteries. As prices continue to come down, we're getting ready to launch Puerto Rico. 95% of every solar system sold has a battery attached to it. The next big thing will be clean HVAC, air conditioning systems for your home. The big one, if you would listen to one of our new board members, is the charging station, because every garage in America will have a charging station, because every car on the road in America will be electric, because gasoline cars will be outlawed. They're outdated. They're over. So if you understand where we're at as a platform, and think about it logically, as new technology comes to the marketplace, as new products and services come to the marketplace, our company is attracting 700 new sales reps a month right now. We are breaking records every single month. If you were the CEO of a tech company and you were bringing a new energy efficient product to the marketplace, and you could give it to Powur with 10,000 passionate sales representatives at no cost to your company, who would you give your product to? No excuses. Start this part-time if you want. There's no barriers to enter. For $49 a month, a third of your cable bill, you can own your own solar company. If you were to invest $250,000 to open your own solar company, you would triple your money here. Because here's the reality. It's all about math. Because we're selling so much solar, we get prices that the rest of the industry can't get. We get financing that they can't get. We get warranties that they can't get. So it just makes sense. And now we're attracting sales organizations, solar sales organizations, that are bringing their whole sales teams here to be a part of what we're doing. So folks, again, I would urge you to look at the donut. Don't look for the hole. It's almost impossible to find a company with a 7-year track record, 300 million in revenue, a board of directors that's raised billions in venture capital, the executive team that we have, $150,000 a month being invested into software and new technology, the training that we have, the culture that we have, the communication that we've built, everything that we're doing, and we haven't started yet. No one even knows who we are. That's when entrepreneurs catch companies. They don't even see us coming. And we've never had more fun. You've never met a greater group of people. We're not perfect. We're humbled. We're learning all the time. This is the construction business. Shit will happen. You got to bring your big boy and your big girl pants. We're selling something that's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, $100,000. This is not an overpriced product on a monthly auto ship. This is not your MLM world. This is business. This is the future, again, of renewable energy. The best that you can hope for in business is to attract the best people. JC Rangel, I'll start there. I think he's speaking second, is one of the most driven, electric, motivating, successful people that I've had a chance to work with. And I know he's driving tonight. He's got his son in the car as a champion fighter in the ring, as a champion fighter for renewable energy, as a champion fighting for the future for his children's clean energy. You can't get any better. Mr. Bernasso is a gentleman I had a chance to meet on LinkedIn. He was already a top solar pro. Took a little convincing to get him to look at Powur, to be a part of Powur, This team that JC and Jonathan and Chris and their team have built is now 1,000 members strong. These guys are closing in on 7-figure incomes. They'll be a part of a monster IPO. For my money, Jonathan Bernasso is one of the best solar salespeople and trainers on the planet. And you'd be hard pressed. This combination of JC's talent and drive and skill and passion and Jonathan's elegance and innovation and marketing expertise, it's not only if you join Powur, it's who you join Powur with. And I can promise you, as the president of the field of this company, you could not join a better team than these two individuals. So wherever you're at, and if we're not in your market, remember, you can sell anywhere. We have people making ridiculous money that are working from the beach in Mexico. We featured a gentleman the other day that was, I forgot what country he was in. You can sell and you can build anywhere. So don't let it hold you back. We're going to play the hand we've got right now with the states that we're in. We're going to add Massachusetts, Ohio, and Puerto Rico this year. And then we'll see where we're at and we'll take it to the rest of the United States. So I'm just humbled and grateful to be on here today. I want to turn this over to Mr. Bernasso and let him do his thing. And I hope, again, the only purpose here tonight is that you'll take a few minutes when we're done and join our company. And if you want to join us in Dallas, Texas in 2 weeks, we'll have 850 of the top solar professionals and sales professionals in the world, the executives of the biggest energy companies in the world, and we will blow your mind. I promise you, we'll make it worth the trip. So we're very excited to come out of COVID and gather together. That's the last thing I would say. When COVID hit and the rest of the solar industry completely fell apart, we invested $1 million and built a CNN-like media studio in Southern California. Yes, it's got a kombucha bar. Yes, it's got a yoga studio. Yes, it's one of the trippier offices in the world, but it is a media center. It costs us $5-10 grand a day to light it up. We've been selling solar online for 7 years. COVID wasn't even a hiccup for us. And the last thing I'll say is our cash position, because cash is king. We had 21 million in cash in the bank a few months ago. And in this area this era that we live in today of COVID and supply chain issues, we've been able to invest tens of millions of dollars into supply, having panels, having inverters, having racking, and the company that has the cash to stay ahead of supply chain, because it's not going anywhere. It's going to get worse before it gets better. There's no sense being with a solar company that has no idea how to manage that when you can be in Powur that's completely in front of that. So with that, I'll give you to our host and my dear friend to start, Mr. Bernasso. JB?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Bobby Smith. Appreciate you as always. Been 3 years now, and I'm still mesmerized every single time. Truly appreciate your guidance, vision, leadership, and everything you do for this company. So since he said everything you need to know, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and join Powur now. I'm just kidding. All right, Bobby, thank you. And just to, say, guys, about Powur World in Texas next month, we're going to have the CEO of Mosaic, the nation's largest solar lenders are going to be out there. We're going to have sponsors out there. We're going to have solar panel companies out there. It's going to be truly awesome. The CEO of Sunlight Financial, the director of electric vehicles for Enphase will be there in Texas. We're going to have amazing panels. I'll be hosting the virtual sales panel. We're going to have a women's panel. We're going to have social media panel. It's going to be awesome if you can make it 2 days in Texas. Okay. And I appreciate the introduction, Bobby. I have been in solar and real estate for over 8 years. I did work for Solar City, Tesla, and Sunrun. And then I came to Powur about 2.5 to 3 years ago. The rest is history. I have sold 26 deals in a month, 28 deals in a month, 19 deals in a month. In 2020, I did win the #1 sales rep, winning a Model 3 Tesla. And then I brought my identical twin brother into the business last year, and he won the summer contest as well. So I couldn't be more thrilled to share this model with you. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Welcome to all our guests, especially some of those Vegas guests where I'll be residing half the time starting August. So excited to see you guys. Tonight, we're going to cover who Powur is, who we are, our model, the solutions that we offer, and enrolling in Powur. We'll do a little quick training slide deck at the end, and there's a contest going on. So let's try to stick around for that last announcement. just wanted to put this here on the chart. 4 million homes in the United States have solar. Out of 130 million plugged into the dirty energy grid, 90 million of those qualify. So like Bobby said, only 4 or 5% of the homes in the grid that are plugged in have solar, guys. The upside opportunity is huge. This is the industry to be in. There are federal tax credits. We're in the peak of summer, just started. Now is the time to really lock into this. Powur's been around since 2013. Our CEO, Jonathan Budd, here on our virtual 360 stage. Some recent accomplishments. Paul Winowski took Sunrun public 10, 15 years ago. He's now our board of directors. We took Ethan Miller, the VP of SunPower, is now our chief operating officer. And guys, he has amazing vision and announcements and things that he's doing for Powur. I got a sneak peek today. Cami is amazing. She sold her company as a CEO. She didn't really want to work anymore. She wanted to go into philanthropy, and now she's our chief marketing officer. We are the fastest nationwide growing solar company, Inc. 61. We raised over $9 million where there was a crowd fundraising effort. We just released Enterprise, like Bobby mentioned, and we are doing virtual surveys. We're doing on-demand surveys, crowdsourced. We're innovating in a model that's only been around at Powur like 2 years. What we're accomplishing and scaling is faster than any other nationwide company because, like Bobby so well put, we are a platform. And I'm really proud to announce that we give back. As a public benefit corporation, philanthropy, donating, we built this house here. Jonathan Budd, the CEO, is on the roof. We have a new roofer in town. And that's what we're all about. The culture, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what state you're in. We celebrate women more than any other solar company I've ever been at. And I'm proud to say that our culture, the people, all the diversity is truly something that separates us here at Powur. Okay, so the economic model, this video, ladies and gentlemen, especially the guests, will explain the 4 ways of earning. There's 4 unique ways of earning, the platform model. So pay attention. And then once this is done, we're going to cover those 4 exact ways of earning.
When we started Powur, we were looking at all of the ways that we could really help solve the challenges inside of solar. And it became super clear to us really quickly that the challenge that needs to be solved in solar energy today is customer acquisition. We've got the technologies. We have all the tools. We have the workforce. We could be installing as much solar energy as you can imagine right now. What's missing is the customer adoption. It's the societal adoption. And that's why we built the first model in the world to pay the people who solve the biggest challenge in solar the most, and that's you.
Your decision to be part of the future of solar and renewable energy really comes down to a choice of 2 pathways. An outdated get a job, work for a company model where you go to work for a solar company. Maybe you might even receive some leads that are often sold to multiple companies. The commissions are often equivalent to solar minimum wage. There is little chance for personal or professional growth, and there are often geographical boundaries. There's nothing scalable about the technology and nothing to secure your personal or economic future. It's a job, plain and simple. That simply doesn't work or make sense in today's world. Not in the new and thriving platform economy of today.
We live in the age of platforms. Uber did not become the largest ride-sharing company on earth because they went out and they bought, millions of taxis and hired millions of drivers. They created a platform that allowed anyone to share a ride with anyone else through their app, and they crowdsourced it. Real estate, the old way, was you walk into Prudential, there's an agent there paying $500 a month for their desk or whatever it is. And that's how real estate was done, right? The new way is EXP. It's a totally virtual brokerage platform that allows any real estate agent to sign up and offer real estate anywhere in the world that EXP operates in with the biggest commissions. And they became the fastest growing real estate company in the world. Let's look at the old way of doing solar and the new way of doing solar with the Powur model. The old way was you went to work for a solar company. So you basically had a job or you worked for a dealer somewhere and you earn money in one way and one way only when you sell. And fundamentally, you are a local or regional construction company of some kind. That's the old way. Now let's look at the Powur way. We have a cloud-based virtual platform that allows you to work from anywhere and sell solar to anywhere as long as you have access to your iPhone, right? You get 4 different methods for earning. You have the biggest commissions in the industry instead of the littlest because the majority of revenue gets shared with you through this platform-based model. You have 3 other ways to earn: passive, mentorship, and equity. You have a scalable technology platform so everything's under one roof, and we're decentralizing and crowdsourcing the fulfillment and the customer acquisition so we don't have the barriers to scale that the predecessors had in the past.
If you're looking at solar, you may not be aware of how incredible this opportunity is. There are 130 million homes that are plugged into what we know as the dirty energy grid. 90 million of those homes are eligible for solar, and at this point, a little over 3.5 million have actually made the transition to solar. So you're looking at a virtually untapped industry as we know it today. So let's talk about what's happening in the industry itself. What's driving it is the homeowner can go solar with absolutely nothing out of pocket, 0 out of pocket. They increase the value of their home by 4 to 6%. And they are going to lock in the cost of their energy. So they never have to worry about the rising cost of energy again from the energy that we're producing from their panels. There has never been a product or service in my career that I could say does that much good, creates so much impact, and makes you great income at the same time. And how we make income is by having access to something called cost of goods.
So if you are a solar sales professional at literally any other solar company in the world except for Powur, this is how it works for you. You get a price to go sell solar at, call it your red line. And your company might say, okay, you know, this is your price and anything you sell over here, you get to keep. And then the company, you don't have any idea what their margins are, by the way, but the company gets to keep everything underneath that price, and you get to keep whatever is over that price. And that's how every single solar company in the world works, except for Powur. Powur is the only company in the world that offers a transparent cost of goods business model. What this means is that we give you, as a selling price, the actual cost of goods to install that system. Whatever it costs, we look at the labor, we look at the construction, we look at the equipment, we look at the permit fees, just the fixed cost of goods to install that system. That is your selling price. So when you sell a project with Powur, you get the cost of goods as your selling price, and then whatever the profit is, you keep 70% and Powur keeps 30%.
You compare that to the traditional company who would pay $2,000 to $3,000. Powur pays over $7,000 on average, and that is over double what most traditional companies pay. You can sell in all of the states in which we have coverage, and all of that is managed for you through the back office in Powur. They also handle the accounting, all of the operations, everything that's necessary, and then pay you for every single deal, every single day.
My team provides all the support you need to present your solar proposals and get your documents signed easier than any other solution in the industry. The Powur solution makes it so simple to get a proposal. Within minutes of entering a lead into our system, you have a dynamic proposal back all under one platform. The proposal allows you to control how many panels go on your customer's home, change equipment, control their energy offset, adjust your commission, margin, any adders required for the job. Plus, you get to qualify all of your customers for financing and issue them final loan docs to sign within minutes. You have a dedicated sales support team to assist you in signing every customer, and once your customers are signed, you have a dedicated project manager to assist you and your customer along every step of the way, all the way to installation. I've worked at so many of the biggest solar companies in the industry for the past decade, and I swear I've never seen a platform like Powur where it's easy to sell, you get paid as much as you do, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
This is your chance to join the most disruptive platform that has entered into the solar industry in over a decade and really participate and reap the rewards. Join us. This is the time.
All right. Next slide here. So there's 4 unique ways of earning, and that's what really attracted me when I saw this model. Now, the interesting thing is you don't have to build a team. You don't have to be a mentor. I have people that are just selling deals and they're making $250 to $350. I have people that mentor making hundreds of thousands. I have people making passive income because they built a team earning hundreds of thousands. So that's the beautiful thing about Powur. There is something for everyone. And the next gentleman, Bobby Smith, already introduced. He's the top mentor in the company, the top recruiter in the company. He's new to solar. Not even 2 years ago, he said, I'm going to be the top mentor in Powur, the top seller, and have the fastest growing team. It's all came true. I'm super proud to be able to work hand in hand with one of the best speakers, solar mentors, and recruiters in the industry, JC Rangel. Take it away.
Wow, Jonathan, how are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for that introduction. Bobby Smith, thank you for the introduction. I appreciate everybody being on here. I'm actually in my car because I'm at my son's wrestling practice. So he does jiu-jitsu and wrestling. So came to my car to do this presentation. And the beautiful thing about this business is that we can do it from everywhere. I was just thinking about, I was telling a gentleman earlier how in 2020, my wife and I went to San Diego to buy some new cars because that's where they had the cars that we wanted. And I closed 2 deals from my car, right? Because of the system that we have, because of the simplicity of the way that Powur does things. So anyways, it's my job to get into the compensation plan. So let's get started. So as the video mentioned, we actually get paid a 70-30 split based on wholesale. So to give you guys an example, let's say you see the wholesale price. You are now a partner with Powur. You are not a solar sales rep. You are a solar broker. That means that you see the wholesale cost of everything. So let's say, for example, you have a proposal for a client and your wholesale price is $20,000. Let's say you price it at $30,000. You know that there's a $10,000 spread. Well, what that means is that 7,000 of that, 70%, is your commission. That's where the 70-30 split. Now, out of Powur's 30%, in this case, $3,000, they actually don't even keep the entire 3. For those people that choose to build a team, and that is a key word, by the way, choose to build a team because it's completely optional. That $3,000, half of it is paid in team commissions in a 6-tier compensation. So there's people like Jonathan, there's people like myself that we make a multiple 6-figure income yearly if we stop selling solar at all. Because as much as I like to help homeowners go solar, as much as I like to save people money and save the planet, I don't want to be selling solar forever. I've got some very, very big goals of a 7-figure income on a monthly basis inside of 5 years. That cannot happen unless we have a leverage model. Now, that is not for everybody. I've got, as Jonathan mentioned, we've got some people that come from other solar companies and they strictly want to sell solar because they make more money selling it with us. They could offer different finance companies. They could offer the best warranties in the industry. Awesome. We have an opportunity for you. There's people that want to sell part-time. They want to sell one deal every 2 months, every 3 months, and make an extra $15,000, $20,000 per year. we have an opportunity for that person, right? But for those people that want to make a 6-figure and a 7-figure income, we also have an opportunity for that person. So here's an example. The average commission with Powur is $7,000. Once you get promoted to a tier 3 seller, okay, that means that you are now able to help other new people close their sales at a 50-50 split. The way that you do that is everybody that's new gets started, and their first 3 sales have to be split sales because they're training sales, right? You've got a mentor that's helping you do the presentation, holding your hand along the way, and they're training you. So therefore you keep half the commission and they keep half the commission. If you are a solar professional, you do not have to do 3 50-50 split sales. You only have to do 1, which is basically to learn the system, to learn the CRM, to learn the back office, right? Okay, so once you do 5 on your own without the help of a mentor, you could take a test to get promoted to a tier 3 seller or a mentor. So here's the way the example works. If the average commission is $7,000 and you help a mentee, a new person, close their first sale, that person would earn $3,500 and you would earn $3,500 as well. To give you guys an example, I've got people on my team that close up to 5 sales per day. I've closed up to 5 sales per day. I've got people that consistently close between 5 and 10 of these mentor sales per week. And it's a beautiful thing because it is something that's significantly different than anybody else, than any company that I've seen out there. Last year, I sold 116 solar projects. 99 of those 116 were 50-50 split sales. I work 4 days a week. The 4 days a week that I work are roughly 6 to 8 hours, right? So I'm not working a ton of hours. I work probably 30 hours or less per week. And last year I helped 116 families go solar. So you can do the math. The opportunity is tremendous. So we're going to go to the next slide here. So the mentor program is phenomenal. Now, we also have a phenomenal team building opportunity for those people that choose to build a team. Again, that's 100% optional. 70% of the commission goes to the seller. Out of the 30%, Powur splits half. 15% of it, or 50% of it, half of the 30% goes to the team building model. Powur keeps the other 15%. So what if I introduce somebody like Jonathan, and Jonathan starts closing an extra 3 deals, 4 deals, 5 deals per month? Well, that means that I'm overriding an extra $3,000 to $5,000 per month on every sale that, on those sales that he's making. So we make a 20% override on level 1. Anybody you bring forever, you always earn that 20% override on that person. Level 2, we earn a 10% override, and then 5% from levels 3 through level 6. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, this money adds up because we're talking about solar sales. The commissions are big. The average commission on level 1 is anywhere from like $550 to $700 per sale that anybody that you bring on board does. One of the things I tell often, I just brought on a buddy of mine that came from another solar company. And I said, look, do this. Let's look at a job that you recently did with your current company. Let's look at that same job that you already sold. We're going to enter that as a lead here. We can't sell it solar. They already have solar. You already sold it. Let's see how much money you would make here. I think you made something like $5,000 with that company. So we priced it out identical. He was going to make about $7,500 pricing it with the same finance company, the same panels, better warranties. He was making over $2,000 more on the same sale. He couldn't believe it. He says, I'm one of the highest paid people in that company. And if I bring somebody on board, I have to pay them less than I make in order to make an override. I said, that doesn't happen here. Everybody is on the same 70-30 split. Nobody is going to feel like, oh my God, I'm making a smaller commission because a couple of folks above me are making an override. Everybody's on the same 70-30 split. So the team building aspect is one of the main reasons why I personally came into this company. And I got to tell you, I'm loving it. So let's go to the next slide. Now, here's the thing. This here is one of the things that sold me because I'm thinking about legacy. I've got 2 kids now. You know, I've got the great Maximus, Giancarlo Rangel, and now we've got Alexander the Great, who just turned 11 months old, and my oldest is 8 years old. I think of the opportunity I'm going to leave for these children of mine, right? I'm not doing something simply to make a paycheck. I want to own a piece of the company. Now, if you guys go and you guys saw this earlier, and you Google the Inc. 5000 list, fastest growing companies in America, Powur in the last 2 years, 2020, we were number 938. 2021, we were number 61, fastest growing companies in America. We are the fastest growing solar company on planet Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, that's called a clue. That is called a clue. Now, the company is going public in the next 18 to 24 months, and we get to own a percentage. We get to own shares, options in this company. So your very first install, you get 25 options. Any install that anybody that you bring on board does, you get 12 options. And if you go out there and do 25 installs in a year, you get an additional 250 options. And if you do 50 installs in a year, you get 1,250 options. And that also doesn't include the fact that once we go public, you have the opportunity, if you choose to buy discounted options when Powur goes public. Now, I personally believe that this company, not only is it already disrupting the industry, but it's going to continue to disrupt the industry. And the richest man in the world, guess what? He's in the same industry that we're in. And we are the fastest growing solar company. And we're not only going to be a solar company moving forward, in my opinion, in the renewable energy industry, in the solar industry, all roads lead to Powur Energy. So one thing I tell people very often is, hey, listen, opportunities always look bigger going than they do coming. And my friends, this is a tremendous opportunity. As you guys can tell, I'm super excited, okay? Now, Powur gives you all of the solutions. You've got all of the training. You've got all of the support. You could do your own site surveys and get paid your M1 commission in the next 48 to 72 hours. You can have $2,000 deposited into your bank account. This is not a normal thing in solar. We are a debt-free juggernaut. We are the fastest growing company. We can do things that other companies cannot do, okay? So the training. We have weekly training, live weekly training via Zoom. We have events nationwide that we do in person, right? There's offices. I have an office in the city of Downey, California. We pack that place out in the training room with a lot of trainings. Corporate does a lot of incredible trainings. As far as training and support is concerned, you've got all the training support, and I'm a perfect example. I started with Powur right as the pandemic started. The shutdown happened March 16th. At the end of March is when I got started. And the following year, which was my first full year, I was a #1 mentor in the company. Why? Because the company offers a proper training and support and systems for you to be successful, so there's no excuses. Let's go to the next slide. Here's our national footprint. We are nationwide, right? These are all of the states in blue is the states that we are in. We are opening more states depending on the demand, but who do you know in these states? From the comfort of my home in California, I close deals, and a lot of the people on this webinar close deals nationwide. North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Florida, Arizona, Utah, Nevada. It's a beautiful thing to be able to help people nationwide. Again, this is not a typical solar opportunity. Other companies do not do this. We close sales via Zoom nationwide. So here's what I'm gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna bring up a gentleman who got started with the company, and I have the good pleasure of introducing him to Powur. And I'm in California. This gentleman is in Florida. And he has been absolutely crushing it, an incredible leader, an incredible sales professional, an incredible solar professional. I want you guys to hear from somebody else, right? He's got an incredible heart. He's helping a lot of people. And not only is he helping a lot of people and go solar and save a ton of money and add value to their home, but this gentleman is also, he's got a servant's heart. Whether you are a part of his team or not, this gentleman's willing to help you. One of the best people in the entire company. I'd like to introduce Mr. Ramsey Clark.
Thank you very much, JC. Appreciate it. It's because of JC and Jonathan Bernasso that I joined this company. I was previously working for my brother in another solar company. He was actually the manager, and I come from a world of performing. I'm a performer, singer, musician. I'd never done sales in my life. So 1 year ago, I had no idea what I was doing. My brother says, "Come on, I'll try solar." I said, "You know what?" I gave it a shot. it went well, you know, traditional red line. I learned sales. My brother helped me out. And then someone approached me and spoke to me about Powur. And then I looked into Powur on YouTube and I found Jonathan Brunasso and JC. And from the moment I saw the first video, I was hooked. I literally binge watched for like 4 hours and I got obsessed with it. And I signed up to Powur. And my life has changed ever since then. The meaning of what my purpose is in life has changed. And I never thought I was going to have a burning desire. And it's really been just helping people. And this platform has given me that opportunity to be able to humble myself and help so many other people. And in doing that, it's changed my whole life. The room that I'm speaking to you in right now is a room or a home that I knocked 8 months ago. My girlfriend was one of the people that I door knocked because I took a chance and I took the opportunity that Powur gave me and the emotion that they instilled in me to go do something, to take action with myself. And I ended up knocking on my girlfriend's door. And now I live in the house where I sold her the panels and we live together. So life is crazy. And this platform is just blowing my mind every day. Every day I'm meeting new people that are really encouraging me, teaching me how to be a better person, how to give, and just how to love the world. And by doing that, you're actually enriching your life. So I drank the Kool-Aid, you know, and it tastes really good. So I'm here to spread Powur's message and love, and anything that anyone needs, reach out. I love helping people and I love creating a community, and Powur has a culture and a community of love and integrity. So I wish you all the best and welcome aboard.
Wow, thank you for that, Ramsey. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna give this back to Mr. Jonathan Brunasso. Ramsey, again, thank you for coming on and sharing a few words. Mr. Brunasso, I'm gonna give it back to you so you close it out, sir.
Thank you so much, JC. I appreciate it. It's so cool to see JC with his family and taking him to karate and taking a day off every week with the family. That's just a little snippet of what's possible. And Ramsey, shout out to you. Always being positive, constructive, sharing your story on social media. Guys, you should follow Ramsey Clark on Instagram, connecting with homeowners, posting videos. Love what you do. Congrats on becoming a brand new mentor in Florida, my friend. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap up the business presentation and then breeze through a quick little training for y'all. So in conclusion, as JC so eloquently taught us, the 4 unique ways of earning, 70-30 on the cost of goods. We have mentorship income if you want to become a mentor like Ramsey did. You have revenue sharing if you choose to build a team. You don't have to, but you could invite other people like Ramsey to come do this here. You never know who wants to have this opportunity. And lastly, stock options to earn here as we go to an IPO. Like Bobby Smith said earlier, Powur is $49 a month. You get a CRM, you get your own websites, you get your own back-end portal, access to Powur University, a $99 one-time setup fee to get this all set up for you, to get a digital e-wallet you can get paid out in daily. And there's just so much more coming that Powur is going to be giving us. New tools, new swag stores, whole bunch of new announcements in Texas. Really hope to see you guys there. And there is optional training as well for $35 a month. So with that said, if you're a guest here, if you're new here, get your questions answered. Whoever sent you this image, this video that you're watching right now, whoever invited you here tonight, just get back with them, get your questions answered. There's lots of resources. Get with their leadership, get on a Zoom, look at a dummy proposal and see how much more you're going to make here. See the possibilities here to help homeowners save money, to help the environment, to get a big fat tax credit. It's on every single block now, guys. Everyone wants it right now. Gas prices, utility prices, steak prices, everything's going up and people want to protect themselves. So get back with whoever sent you this video, jump into Powur, try to come to the Texas Day event in July. We're going to have an amazing Powur Day event in August. And now I'm just going to breeze through a very quick slide deck. I'll give you some nuggets for those of you who want to stick on here. And I'll end with telling you about a contest that's going on right now. So feel free to take a screenshot of this, ladies and gentlemen. JC mentioned he has a training every Monday at 10 a.m. I have a training every Tuesday at 10 a.m. All are welcome. Everyone gives here at Powur. There's no team or different leadership. Everyone is welcome to join. And I love this. JC starts every single training with these words of affirmation. I'm a powerful solar professional. I do business morally and ethically, successful, intelligent, and confident. I don't depend on luck or unrealistic possibilities. I'm making a positive impact in the world and the lives of others. I radiate with confidence and people feel that. I'm building a renewable energy empire. Therefore, money comes easily, frequently, and in increasing quantities. So these are all values that JC and his team live by and advocate every single week. I thought it was super cool. All right, so this is a very expedited 5 minutes homeowner presentation. Powur gives you the tools to do a homeowner presentation. Go on JC's YouTube, go on my YouTube, watch JC do this presentation, watch Anthony Bonilla do a presentation, Luis Perez, all the greatest, all recorded presentations for you. We always cover the electricity bill with the customer, their price per kilowatt hour. We ask them if they want to use more energy. My slide deck, I tell people I've helped over 1,000 homeowners. And Powur, my favorite nationwide company, has helped tens of thousands of customers across the country. I'm an independent broker, but why do I pick Powur? Because they have the best panels, value, loans, the best prices, the best warranties that I'm about to show you, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner. Let me tell you about me. My twin brother and I, here's my team in Mexico building a home. We make donations every time we do solar. I also help in the real estate community. We ask about their interest. Why are we on this call? Why are we talking about it? We already did a discovery call. Tell me why your wife is interested. Ask about the interest. Very basic. And then why now? Why are people doing it now? Well, savings, reduce, eliminate bills. There's tax credits. There's utility incentives called net metering. Both the tax credit and the utility incentives are lowering next year. We have in California, and the tax credit is lowering across the whole country, guys. So there's a huge, huge push till the end of the year. Lowering pollution. As electric vehicles are going to be required in some states, our grids can't keep up already. We need more solar, plain and simple, and we're seeing legal requirements in California on new homes and ADUs and other states as well. Here's the tax credit, 26%, this till the end of the year, then it drops down next year. We talk about time of use or local utility rates in your area. Pull up a few articles. Here in California, the fires, the debt, the nuclear decommissioning plants, the fires that they've caused, their rate increases are 9, 11, 14% every year. Remember, your price for electricity is 32 cents, we just calculated. When I started this 7 years ago, it was 15 cents and 17 cents. Now it's 32 cents, 34 cents. It's insane. There's a wildfire charge in California. There's a nuclear decommissioning charge in California. Then we talk about how solar works, how the home uses it, and the grid gives you a credit during the day and you take it back at night. That's called net metering. Talk about the net metering in your local area. What's available now? What's changing? Show them an example of a happy solar customer post-solar. You can actually be below the line earning credits, getting debits and seeing your credits month in, month out, always having a minimum connection fee in most utilities. And be transparent. Always go over this information. You'll set yourself apart. You'll differentiate yourself. Even if they say, I know this, the best of the best use this every time, guys. Every time. I do not ever hesitate. I do not fail to use this. I will go over this in 6 minutes if I have to. What if you sell your house? Pay it off, sell the home for more money, advertise your home as paid off, solar, no electric bill with great warranties, or transfer the low fixed monthly payment. 2 options for you. We use the best panels, RECs, Hanwha, Canadian, Longi, we're gonna get back. We're gonna use Jinko Eagles again. We have the best stuff. We have N-phase microinverters. We have Solar Edge if you want it. We have batteries if you want it. Why Powur? Well, there's a video even connected to that slide. Why Powur? Fastest growing, good reviews across the board. We give you the best 30-year warranty in the industry if you want it. Parts, labor, and roof penetration warranty backed by solarinsure.com, a Lloyd's of London insurance company. When you go with Powur, you get a nationwide company. You get me. You get a dedicated project manager, fancy chat line, fancy app, customer call center, all domestically located. And if we all cease to exist, you still get this 30-year parts, labor, roof warranty with transferable ownership because it's tied to your address. We go into 22 states right now. We're going to be expanding in more. We use tier 1 equipment. We do ground mounts, metal roof, clay tile, concrete tile, inlay, picture frame, comp shingle, ADU, new construction. We do it all. When I was at Sunrun, I couldn't do half of that. I couldn't sell at prices that we sell. I couldn't use good quality equipment. I had to use crappy equipment at other companies. We have the best $1,000 referral program. You don't know how to get leads? Go out and offer a $1,000 check to anyone that gives you a homeowner with an electric bill. They get their own portal, they get their own login, they get to track where their $1,000 is at. Talk about the options. Should we stick with the utility or should we go solar? How much have you spent in the last 10 years to the utility, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner? Now let's talk about the benefits of going solar. And let's talk about those next steps. We're going to check if you qualify, go over an agreement, sign off on that. That's going to let us schedule a free site survey. We don't know if your house qualifies. We have to check the roof, check the electrical. We have to design it, give you the designs. You're going to have a few days to approve it. We'll go get the permit. That can take 4 to 6 weeks, the permit alone in some cities. In some cities, it takes a day or two. We're going to schedule installation. The city will approve it and the utility will approve it. And that is the homeowner presentation. Then you can very quickly jump to the proposal. This is Solo, our proposal tool. This is what you can send your homeowner. You can add and remove panels with the click of a button. You can see the equipment, production, tilt, azimuth, shade, the number of sun hours. We always like to exceed the estimated production. Most of my systems, I have 300 installations here now. Most of my systems produce about 5 to 10% more than I promised the customer. I look like a hero. At Sunrun, I shouldn't say that, but at other companies, it was 10% less 12 months later. They were left hanging. It didn't produce what we promised. So we have access to the best equipment. You can design the system. You can enter the usage right here. You can see how much they're going to spend. You have a cash price. You have some of the best loans, Goodly, Mosaic, Sonova, Lease if you want it, Sunlight Financial, cash. In Arizona here, in the menu, you can see the pricing. Everything is transparently broken down, like we mentioned, cost of goods. I'm selling this in Arizona, a little bit less than California, at $2.51 a watt. For you solar pros out there, you probably can't even sell at $2.51 a watt. Now the margin is what we make 70% of from the video, 70%. Look at the margin, 10 grand. What is 70% of 10 grand? $7,000. I can sell a job at $2.50, pretty close to Tesla's cheap Walmart prices, for Christ's sake, with better equipment, 400 watt black on black, Solar Edge with optimizers, and make $7,000. This proposal is honestly one of the best. It's only going to get better. It shows how much added home value based on a Berkeley lab study. It shows the environmental impacts, and it shows the next steps. 1 or 2 more things, guys, to wrap this up. We're right at the top of the hour. Some questions. When do we get paid? M1 milestone, 40% up to 2 grand, about a week or 2 after site survey. I just got mine a few days after a site survey from Tuesday. M2, the remainder after install, again, about 1 to 2 weeks after install, just to be conservative. We have lots of panels, equipment, Enphase battery, Solar Edge battery, all the financing we just saw, 30-year warranty. Leads, a lot of you ask about leads. Does Powur provide leads? We have the $1,000 ambassador program. We have trainings on door knocking. We train you on BNI networking. Powur has partnered with BNI networking. We teach you how to get referrals. We teach you how to make a warm list and call them. Then we're also connected with some of the biggest solar lead companies. If you want to go to the, Solar Cheat Code, Solar Exclusive, Prospect Bacon, you can go out there. You can run ads on Facebook. We have social media training, how to get leads. I have a guy in 6 months that sold 20 to 25 deals just from social media. The best leads here are warm referrals and your sphere. And the ultimate best leads are getting realtors to join as an ambassador or a consultant, getting roofers to join, HVAC to join. Those are called referral partners. People want to go pay thousands of dollars to a lead company. They won't even call a realtor to ask them if they're open to getting $1,000 for a referral, or better yet, 50% of the commission if they want to join Powur and give a referral. I'm telling you, you can do anything here with the Powur platform. We have over 100 project managers, dedicated operations managers. We use the best local labor build partners. Installation can be about 7 to 8 weeks, or even faster if you do a virtual site survey. In some markets, it could be 57 days to 70 days. As long as you set proper expectations and communicate with your customer, you will succeed, you will get referrals, and you'll make a friend. Lastly, we have a contest going on right now. A lot of us forgot about this. It's June 1st to July 10th. We have 10 more days. So this is for you guests. If you've joined Powur since June 1st, or you joined Powur before July 10th, and you put 5 qualified leads in with an electric bill and tag a mentor like Ramsey or JC or any mentor, Powur will give you $500. All you have to do is join and put in 5 leads. Make it your aunt, your parents, your house, I don't care. Put an electric bill, tag a mentor, get $500. So for all the guests out there, congratulations. You're probably going to earn a $500 check from Powur. For the rest of us, or for those people that are in Powur, we have a referrer rewards. All you have to do is sell 1 contract between June 4th and July 10th to qualify, and refer people to the platform. The top referrals, whoever refers the most, the top 5 will get to be flown to San Diego, hang out with the CEO, 2 nights in a nice hotel out there, go to the headquarters, have a mastermind session, and go on a dinner cruise on a yacht in San Diego. I heard the weather sucks there. They have the most sun in the whole country. So this is the contest, guys, that we have going on right now. I hope this was beneficial. I look forward to seeing you all in Texas in July, Powur World. We have another Powur Day coming up in August, training across the country in person. We have it all here. I'm truly excited to see you all. Go ahead and get back with whoever sent you this video, this recording. Get your questions answered, jump in, now's the time. It's summer, it's hot, everyone's getting electric vehicles. The end of the year with the tax credit lowering is upon us. There's no better time to get in solar now. The best time to go solar was yesterday. I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Big shout out again to Bobby, JC Rangel, the mentor Ramsey. Let's grow. Have a good night, everyone.